Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. Oh my goodness, SHEGLAM, aka Shein, came out with a whole multi-chrome collection. It was called Chroma Zone, which, fair enough. There were liners, there were liquid eyeshadows, there were 2 eyeshadow palettes, and there was a highlighter. So obviously I got them all. Look, it was cheap, it was affordable, and I wanted to see what they were like because it's for my channel. Anyways, if you want to see what I've done, it's just a general rate it or slate it. I try all of the products, I swatch them, I do a tutorial on this look, and I give you a breakdown on what I think of each of them. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in watching, then hooray, this is the video for you. I mean, I can't believe that I have gotten a guest for this video. His name is Jeffrey. Hello, Jeffrey. Anyways, we are looking at the SHEGLAM Chromatics, whatever it is. It's the whole collection. There is highlighter, 2 eyeshadow palettes, 3 liquid eyeshadows, and 3 multichrome eyeliners. So, we're going to do the thing. That's right. It's a happening. So I'm going to start off first, I think, with one of the liquid eyeshadows, and this is called Opal Essence. Oh, I see what you did there. Opal Essence. So it looks like this, obviously without the gammy bit, but okay. So is it that it's see-through? Okay, let's see. Oh. Well, that was not expected. Okay, I think I may have to adjust my lighting for this, so bear with. It seems it's very difficult to capture it in the light, or whatever lights, but you can hopefully see there's a kind of a cream to pink shift happening there on my really weird hand thing. Let's see, if I maybe put it on my face, it might be slightly different. So, might see it a bit differently. Yeah, you can kind of see the pink to gold sort of shift there. This is pretty darn good. I'm impressed with that one. So that is Opal Essence. Next one then is Aquanova. Like, they're all really affordable. Like, I got all of these. I don't want to say without thinking, because, and to be fair, I do a lot of these things without thinking. So again, same sort of packaging. This is a darker shade, so this might show up a little bit, oh, better. Okay. It's definitely more liquidy, a little bit more translucent than necessarily opaque. However, okay, there was a purple to blue finish on that. I'd say you could probably build that up. Oh lads, that is not bad at all, is it? Let's try here. Yeah, it's definitely a more watery finish than the Opal Essence, but you know what? Don't hate it. I'd say if you put that under or on top of a black base, that could actually be quite interesting, in my opinion, allegedly. And then this is the last of the liquid eyeshadows, and this is called Fool's Gold. And I meant to say it's a doe foot applicator, but I'm assuming you guys can see that. Yeah, much more watery sort of a thing. You'd probably have to build that up, but oh, that's interesting. It's like a green gold shift. I don't hate that. That's my kind of thing. Yeah, I do like that. So let's give it a little swatchy poo. There you go. That'll do. Ah, beautiful. I know, I've never looked so gorgeous. So those are the 3 liquid eyeshadows. I think the next thing that I'll try is the liners. So this is Subliminal. So it comes like this, and okay, so Ah, so there's like a smudger on one end, and then this is the pencil on the other end. Okay, so this is Subliminal. It's actually not bad. It's a green to gold. Now, bearing in mind that I got the XX Revolution ones. Now, those were liquid liners. They were, and I mean, shite. This is much better. So far, I'm pretty happy. This next one then is Vertigo, which is not something you really want to have. I do like that they have the smudger on the other end. You know, I think that's quite clever. So this is Vertigo. Again, you twist it up and down, so that's quite clever. So let's have a little look. Has a really nice creamy feel to it. Okay, that's a purple to green shift. Don't know how well it's capturing on the camera, but you know me, I am so reliable. I would never tell a lie unless it really suited me. You know. And then the last liner is Zenith. Okay. And again, nice pencil. And let's see. Okay. That's a blue to purple. Do you know what? That is not bad at all. I think these are actually very nice. Have a nice sort of a formula, very creamy. They do run a bit, like, although actually that's mostly the bottom one that smudged. This top one didn't, but that's probably because it had enough time to set. So that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that actually. And it takes a bit to I'm trying to wipe it off. Oh! 5 years later, I'm gonna have a multichrome hand. Okay. I'm excited about this multichrome highlighter. They've just called it SHEGLAM Chroma Zone, which sounds a bit wrong, you know, the chromosomes. Anyways, Chroma Zone Multichrome highlighter. So I'm wondering if this is not going to take the crown, but if it's going to be similar-ish to the Kaleidos Cosmetics one. At first glance, it doesn't look like it is because it's more kind of white based. It has a pink to gold sort of a shift based upon what I can see on the finger. I mean, that looks nice. So I figured we'd zoom in so you could actually see what it looks like when I swatch it. Oh. How very dare. That is. Well then, let's see. Oh, well that is really nice. The hell? Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, so I figured I'd take the swatches off my face so we could kind of see it a bit better. These are not coming off like like I'm really having to scrub. So if you want some long lasting eyeliner, I think this might be the ones for you. I really had to go at that now to get that to, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so there's two different Chroma Zone palettes, which I hate as a name, it's just kind of bleh. One of them is Visionary, and then the other one is called Time Warp, which just makes me think of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I'm going to start off first with Visionary, and Visionary looks like this. I mean, I'm looking at that shade here. I think that looks really interesting. So let's have a little look. The shimmers immediately feel quite buttery. So that's a good sign in and of itself. Now there's no names on these shades. The names cost more. Are they all multichrome? No, there's some mattes and there's some shimmers. Yeah, that's not bad. And then the bottom row, I think it's just that there's like one kind of truly kind of multi-chrome in it. Well, there's even a black in this now. Is it the best black I've ever come across? No, but sure. Who can take that crown from Lois? Will you? I don't know. Anyways, there's a green. I don't hate it, don't hate it. This does look like it's a little bit of a multichrome. There's like a pink to purpley bluey shift. In and of itself, I think a very nice colour. So I'll put you right next to Jeffrey. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. And then the brown and then the black. Not a bad black, actually, has to be said. Definitely have had worse in my time. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Now let's try the time warp. Let's do the time warp for once. This is what time warp looks like. It's definitely a lighter version of the other one, so I think I'll be using the two in conjunction, which was what I had planned anyways. My perfect plan. Now, I am wondering if one of these shades, that green one, might be quite similar to this. I want to swatch it next to it. Okay, no, they are a tone apart, so we're okay. It wasn't an unnecessary purchase. It was. Okay. And, oh, this nice kind of... Can't help it. I just have natural beauty and natural grace. I just wake up looking this beautiful. It is difficult. And then very last four. I wouldn't really call this. Oh, that's actually quite nice. This shade here. There's a pale blue to pinky purple sort of a shift. My doorbell's after ringing. I am not going down looking like this. Right, very last four shades. That's the multichrome. And boop. Boop at the schnoot. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. We'll see how it performs, but that's the swatches of everything so far. I'm starting off, I'm actually using both of the eyeshadow palettes and one of the liquid shadows just to really test them. And there's no names on the shadows, it just is what it is, so I might hold them up as I'm going along. But first thing I'm doing is I'm taking the Zoeva 225, that's right Daniela, and I'm going into the black, because that's what you taught me to use it for, and I'm just laying down a bit of black. Now, is this the best black you'll ever find? No. Is it super pigmented? No. But it blends pretty well, and I'm not unhappy with it. Like, for the price, I can't remember exactly what this eyeshadow palette was worth because I got the two of them. So I am using shadows from both just to really try and test them. I'm trying to get a mixture of shimmers, mattes, and of course the multi-chromes so we can see what it is that's going on there. So in case you're wondering about the liner, it's Suva in the shade Scrunchy. It had to be done. I couldn't help it. It was a whole thing. Yeah, so I was meant to be going to Edinburgh this weekend because Elena was potentially, or she was meant to be coming over, but plans have unfortunately changed. It seems that this new variant, Omicron or whatever the bloody hell it is, they're quite nervous about it, so they're shutting things down. Masks are mandatory again in the UK. We never moved away from that, so, you know, it wouldn't have been that different for me, but it would have led to a lot of quarantining for our girls, so it didn't make sense. I'm using this Juvia's Place brush, and I'm going into this sort of a green shade. But yeah, it just kind of sucks, because, you know, we were all kind of looking forward to seeing each other and hanging out, and we were... Like, I was only going over for the 2 days because, by the way, this is my second week in my new job, because I put up my like life update, Ask Me Anything, just yesterday, and I actually filmed that like 3 weeks ago, so it was before I even got engaged. I thought it was really funny when I was editing it, and it was like, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? And I was like, I want to be married, and at that point I wasn't even engaged. So I don't know why, I find that really, really funny. I really like this green. Super grungy is my kind of jam. Delicious, delicious jam. But yeah, I'm just finishing up the second week of teaching back into lecturing. It's really intense because I'm having to write everything from scratch, but I'm enjoying it. But like, as a result, I was only going to be going over from very late Friday night until very late Sunday night, and like I had kind of said to the girls, look, please don't think I'm super rude if I'm like wandering off on my laptop to go and write up lecture notes. It's just literally like, that's my life right now. That's what I'm doing. So I had resigned myself to the fact that I was probably not going to be wildly present, and it was going to be like a super short visit, but I was like, oh, I'll get to see Elena. And I was just more excited about Elena and Missa getting to see each other, because this has been a friendship for about 2 years now. And like, there's just so much mutual love and respect there between the two. I know Missa was actually probably going to end up giving Elena a hug. Unusual for her. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Then I am taking this BH Cosmetics brush. It's part of their Aaliyah collections, number 7, and I'm going into this shade here. So yeah, and I'm upset for Elena and for John, because obviously John is Elena's husband, in case anyone doesn't know, and he has been working like crazy. He is an airline pilot, and they were just so looking forward to getting a break, and they both really deserved it. You know, Elena's had like a really tricky time. Like, head on over to her channel, because she's just fabulous, in case you haven't checked her out. And it just, you know, it was a much needed break for both of them. That is lovely, isn't it? Hello. But yeah, I'm just really frustrated for them. I'm taking just a Morphe brush, and I'm going into this shade here. So yeah, it just kind of sucks all around for everyone. Like, I'm upset for myself, but I know, like, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Like, I can get over and back to Edinburgh, you know, pretty easily, but it was such a big thing for Elena and John to come over, and for Elena and John to get to meet Missa and vice versa. Like, that was just, it was such a big thing for all of them, and I was so excited for them to get to meet each other. Just using the Zoeva and going back into the black, just to blend a little bit more and kind of deepen it a little bit more. So yeah, like literally just this evening, we've been cancelling plans, and I cancelled my parking in the airport, and Ryanair, being the fabulous people that they are, will not give me my money back on my flight. I was stupid though, that's my own fault. I didn't book like insurance or anything like that, which I should have done, because like, bloody hell, Teresa, it's COVID times. You should know better. But I didn't, and they're being like, well, you know, we are literally just a travel thing. We bring you from A to B. That's not our problem. They pretty much exactly said that. Like, I put the message into my Patreon group, and I was like, okay, somebody needs better social skills. Just going into that kind of murky green again, and just kind of diffusing that out there. I'm bringing it down a little bit. Might take more of the black and bring that down here as well. Yeah. Do you know what? Not a bad palette. Like, that murky green, I really like the colour of that. Now, I do wish they had made all the pan sizes equal, but that's just me being me, because I think I would dip into that murky green shade a lot. And weirdly, that's the one they haven't given an awful lot to, which I'm like, but it's me, and I want it, and I want to smoosh it on enough fish. And that's all very normal, I think. I probably just put the mirror in front of my face there for the last couple of minutes, and you didn't see what I was doing. Oh well, welcome to my world. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of blended as much as I think I can. I'll take a bit more of the black and kind of put it up a little bit. You can see it does diffuse probably a bit more than I would personally like it to. But that being said, this all gets covered. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out that crease, and we'll come back and I will be using the liquid shadow. And when I tell you everything has to move really fast from there, you know, just cling on to something for safety. Okay, so I've cut that out. Now, the element of speed for this is actually quite important, because I figured out that with the liquid eyeshadow, if you put it on and then you wait for a while and then you start to maybe try to put other eyeshadows on top of it, it does not work. It starts to like crumble apart, which is obviously not what you want at all. But I wanted to put like more eyeshadow on top of it and build it and end up with this. So for that, in order to do that, you do have to do it really, really quickly. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of what it was that I'm using, and I will like be chatting through just so you have an idea. I'm using the shade Opal Essence, or at least I was. Yes, using the shade Opal Essence. This is it here. It looks quite clear. It has a doe foot applicator, and I am using this Zoeva 238 brush to go into this shade here. So that's one of the first ones I lay down, and then I use a Jessup 237 then to go into this shade here, and then I use another Jessup to go into this shade here. And then after that, I just use a Morphe M562 to blend them together. Now, in order to blend the first two shades, I actually take this shade and I blend them together and then just swish them around. And then after that, it's all pretty simple. But I figured I would just show you all of those before we get right into it. So you'll see the application of this really bloody easy. Yeah, it just is what it is. The shine off this is something else. Like, you can really see the pink on this. It is a little bit bananas, but in the best way. Like, I was really impressed with this, I have to say. Like, it wasn't what I was expecting from this, like, at all. So I'm going into like that kind of pale bluey sort of colour, but it kind of goes on top of this as sort of a really nice, interesting green. So this is just the way that I'm choosing to play with it. That was just my choice. And you can't give out to me for it, because this is my channel and I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. I just find this is the best way to do it without things cracking and going all over the place. So now I'm going into the dark purpley thing now. So again, speed. Speed is of the essence, lads. I just found that this was like the best way to put it. Look, I know that this looks insane right now, but did you expect anything else from me? I hope not. If you were expecting something good, oh, you came to the wrong channel. You're silly, silly summer child. There we go. Because you can see it's already starting to get to the point where it's like caking and making it difficult to move beyond that. But we did it. We worked together as a team and we got through it. So actually now I can show you. So I'm just using the M562 and I'm going into these two shades and I'm taking them on the brush to just kind of swish between these two here to make it a bit more gentle. I have to say, for the price, pretty darn good. Like, it's not up there with like Kaleidos's Nebula or anything like that. Like, no, like, I'm not going to be like getting rid of that anytime soon. But like, for the price, I have to say, so far so good. And this has been on for a while now, because I did wander off and make tea and kind of stare off into the abyss for a while, because I have been a bit annoyed about the whole, not annoyed, but like upset about like have to cancel the trip and stuff. So I have been kind of zoning out a little bit. So this has stayed, which is good. And now I'm taking this and going into the kind of purple and the blue kind of multi-chromes and kind of swishing between the two of them. Now these are the two hardest to kind of blend together, so I had to spend a bit more time on this, I found, at least anyways. And I did use one of the gel liners. Like, it's really actually not bad at all. Like, it's holding up quite well. So I have to say, so far, not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. I have to say, like, I am actually quite impressed with this for the price point. You know, like, not bad at all. God damn, your sheen. I did say in an episode of Releases and Rants. And by the way, taking those last two shades and just smashing them here so I can just blend it out. I did say I felt like SHEGLAM were going to become the new Colourpop. I actually think they've already done it. I think that was a late prediction from me. I should have made that prediction earlier. But man, I really do feel Like they're really doing something these days. Like they came out with multichromes and made them affordable. Are they the best multichromes? No, but like it's amazing that they can do that. Like Colourpop haven't done that. XX Revolution tried to do that and it was like a shit show. And this is cheaper than Revolution. So I mean, just saying. Do you know what? That is not bad at all. Not too bad. Right. What I did then was I obviously just used scrunchie and put it along there. And I did use one of the liners. I believe it was in the shade Zenith. Yeah, Zenith. And I put that just on the waterline. So I'm going to go and finish that up. We'll come back because I still have to use the highlighter. And then we'll have a little chat about what my thoughts are. Okay, I'm almost done with my makeup. But I figured I would try the Chroma Zone highlight now. And I'm using my Suva 140 brush. It's what I would usually use to put on highlighter. It looks like this. So obviously we've already swatched it. So let's have a little look-see as to what that looks like. Okay, it's coming across quite pinky. I'm doing that thing that Daniela taught me. Buff it in. A buffetin. Okay, I see you. I think space can see you too. Interesting. Do you want a natural highlight? No. No, I want to look like some sort of a space alien thing. Which, you know, fair. I think this is a decent alternative to the Kaleidos one. Is it as? No, it isn't. But the Kaleidos one is what, like $30, something like that? And this is like the 6th or something of the price, or 5th of the price. So might be an appropriate alternative. Difficult to kind of get it to buff in though, I will say. It is kind of giving me those harsh lines, which I personally don't love. But yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to finish everything off and then we'll come back and have a little chat about everything. Okay, there we go. Whole thing is put together. Just put on a NYX like lip pencil and a bit of gloss. And this is a daunting. I'm going to zoom you in now so you can have a little look at the eyes. We already have an idea of what the highlight looks like, but I'll also kind of show you that as well. So this is the eye. I mean, this is pretty good. Not as in the eye makeup look, but I mean, the quality, like, that really is not bad at all. I'm taking off the glasses. Like, it blended pretty easily. I didn't have to work that hard. Now, the black was not amazing. Let's be 100% truthful on that. You can see the highlight there as well. And the multichrome, pretty darn snazzy, I must say. Yeah, I mean, like, all being said and done, this is not bad. Okay, so let's kind of start off. I think I'll start off with the highlighter. Do you know what? This is not bad, like, at all. It is pink shifting, like a gold to pink. So if that is not your thing, you are not going to enjoy that. However, I think it's actually pretty good. Now, I think there's some issues in terms of getting it to blend and getting it to kind of really settle in. But I don't think that's a massive issue, particularly for the price. I think that's a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say I'm pretty impressed. I also used the liner Subliminal, which is here. That is still in my waterline, and this eye in particular usually kind of runs things off if they're not very good, and it's still holding on, and that's been a while now. So these are proper multi-chromes. Like, these are long wearing. These are damn good. I'm genuinely surprised by that. I did not think all I'm saying is if they come out with more shades, I'm definitely going to pick those up as well. So 10 out of 10 for that as well, like bananas. Then I have to talk about the liquid shadows. Now, really quite interesting. They have a good amount of opacity to them. I think the one thing I don't love is you do have that time frame that you have to work with them, and you can't put anything over them. Now, like, unless you work within that time frame. Now, I'm very aware that most people don't work with liquid shadows in that way. They just put a liquid shadow on and that's it, that's done. And that's just me being an effing weirdo. So I'm not going to bring too much of my own personal baggage into this. That being said, for that reason, I would probably give them maybe an 8 out of 10. But I do think they're worth getting. Like, they are damn good. Let's talk about each of the eyeshadow palettes. So there's Time Warp and there's Velocity. I will start with Time Warp first. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the shades actually out of that. So actually I can pretty confidently chat about that. The matte's pretty good. I really liked that green, that dark green. This is a deep kind of purple with a bit of shimmer. Really liked that. That all blended out pretty well. I was pleasantly surprised at that. I would actually say maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Now, the reason I'm taking the half off is I can't stand the fact that the pans are unequal. And that is literally just me being weird. I know that, but you know what? This is my channel and I'll do what I want. Then the other one is Velocity. Now, I didn't love Velocity as much. I think this shade is okay. It needs some better formulation. The black is so. That's quite a nice green. I did like that. So for that reason, I think I would give this one an 8 out of 10. I'm not saying avoid it, but I would say definitely pick up Time Warp quicker than you would Velocity. That being said though, both pretty darn good for the price. But that's it. That's the whole thing. I also have a haul coming on my channel soon where I bought quite a few kind of work clothes from Shein. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can see more of, well, whatever is going on over here. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that's it. That's the end of the video and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.